Aloha, friends of Avatria. I'm Jivananda,
And I am Christy.
and we're wanting to share with you a little bit about what we're beginning to offer now as we're diving deeper into our sessions and offering our services to our beautiful clients out there. We are opening up the energy to highlight very special sessions that are geared specifically towards couples.
And as you know, everything that we're experiencing in our life is a mirror of our unconscious beliefs that we gathered and often lived through many, many lifetimes. So today we're going to look at your romantic relationships and share a little bit about how our romantic relationships actually can reflect past life stories and patterns and how you can change that.
Yeah, so we realized that, we've gone through so much personal work ourselves. It didn't just happen overnight that we were capable of finding each other and being able
Not at all. Lots of work.
co-create the relationship that we've ultimately always been wanting in our life. It took a lot of work. It took a lot of uncovering and a lot of revealing of certain past life traumas and commitments, different obligations and contracts that we made with other souls along the way. And sure enough, we had many karmic relationships that popped up in our lives, before we're able to get to even a significant level of consciousness, right? And me personally, I had to work through each and every one of those karmic relationships. And often, we'll be pulled into a karmic relationship because karma acts as a magnet, right? It acts as a supercharged energy magnet, and it'll attract to you what it is that you're carrying, because there's always a charge when there's karma. There's always something that is holding that energy there and reattracting it to you, and until it resolves, it's going to keep circling back, right? That's how karma works. And so we want to highlight that, karmic relationships are mainly what most people are experiencing in their life at this time.
And when you look at relationships patterns like anything else, it goes through different layers. And through our different lifetimes, we learn so many things about how we're supposed to sharpen relationships. Or, there might be past life pain or loss or trauma, and we might have made an oath to never love again. So in order for you to call in the most divine love that you can experience, it's so important to go into the Akashic records and look at these past life stories, the patterns, the experiences you had, what belief systems have been created coming from these past lifetimes. What has been the group consciousness of different cultures you lived in? What has been the consciousness of this planet when it comes to relationships? Because divine unions have been very, very rare on this planet for many, many millennia. So what we're inviting you to do is to look at these patterns and strip away the layers, so you can get to that diamond, to that unity, to that divine love consciousness that has always been within you, that never left you, but that got covered up through all the pain and trauma through many incarnations.
Yeah, just from different circumstances, right? On this lifetime, I was, a peasant, and I was, obligated to the family, and I was kind of a subservient energy, and I served my husband or I served my wife in these particular ways, and I maintained a similar contract in previous lifetimes. Let's wipe that clean so that that doesn't influence what you're carrying in your relationship right now.
Or you might have been the daughter of a royal family, and there was peace between two countries, and your father offered your hand in marriage to someone else in order to make a peace treaty. So quite often in the very patriarchal structures that we've been experiencing on this planet, it was often the patriarch of the family, the father or older brother, would actually make a marriage arrangement for you. So you weren't free to marry the person that you loved, but you had to marry someone that your parents found for you.
Yeah, there's so many different circumstances. I mean, we're talking
A lot.
you name it. We've seen it all, and then there's so many that we haven't even possibly seen, because the universe has a unique way of being able to create pretty much anything that you could possibly imagine. So what we're wanting to share is that if you're in a relationship right now and you honestly want to pursue the path of awakening the self, of deepening and activating your soul purpose, and connecting with the divine light and truth within you, we encourage a couples session, because this is the only way to really get to the bottom of what's going on, right? If you're in a relationship, find out, have the courage to look at it. And I'm sure that you're experiencing different limitations. I'm sure you're experiencing different challenges. I'm sure triggers come up. Let's dive into that and see what's really there. Is this a relationship that can turn out to be a divine union, or is this a karmic relationship that just needs some closure? We can help you through that. Is this an opportunity for an empowerment and a breakthrough, or is this something that, eventually will need to part ways? These are all the things that come up when it's time to look into your relationships, and we highly encourage it, because if you're anything like us, all we've ever wanted was to get to the truth of
Yeah.
who we are and the ability to co-create with each
Yes.
other, because
And find each other. Find this divine union.
being able to create with your partner is the most amazing experience ever.
Yeah.
And it's not circumstantial. It doesn't have to be, well, I do what I love and my partner does what he loves. Most likely, if you're finding yourself in a relationship where you're both more or less living completely independent under the same roof, it's because you have karmic ties in there that are more or less mapping out the whole foundation of that relationship. It doesn't have to be that way. And only through uncovering, experiencing the clearing, and the transformations that come, do you actually get to realize, holy crap, wow, this actually is possible, and something, beyond what I ever thought was capable is actually coming true for me.
And one of the things I want to share with you, which is something that I've been witnessing and I know you have been witnessing, is that quite often people are in a relationship and certain triggers are showing up, certain patterns are showing up,
Oh, yeah.
and they're like, oh, this relationship is not working out, and they break it off and then move on to the next partner, and then exactly the same patterns or very similar patterns are showing up. And the reason for that is that, they break it off too, and they go on from one relationship to the next, always experience the same or very similar patterns. And the reason for that is that every single relationship that is that mirror of our subconscious beliefs. And unless you clear these subconscious beliefs, you're going to attract the same scenario over and over and over again.
Absolutely.
So no matter if you're in a relationship right now or in between relationships wanting to call someone in, what we want to invite you to do is look at your past relationships in this lifetime. Look at the patterns that have been showing up over and over again, and decide to clear these patterns. So if you're in a relationship right now, you can move forward coming from a completely new foundation. Or if you're calling someone in, that new person doesn't have to mirror past patterns. You can actually move into a new relationship with a completely new and different energy.
That new relationship doesn't have to feed on the repressed trauma that you're carrying, attracting the masculine or the feminine to repeat this energy for you again, bring this to the surface. Now, you have different karma with different individuals, and certain individuals' karma is going to be very specific. This lifetime, we were together, we got separated, or one of us left the other one, or one of us was killed, or,
Or
you
there's a
name it.
contract, I've seen people make a contract with a person to only love that person and no one else forever. And then they're stuck with that person even though the divine union is over here.
So what I'm wanting to share is that there are definitely individual aspects to each relationship that you carry, but there's also an underlying pattern that you carry with either just the general masculine or the general feminine, or both, that then the partner that you're in relationship with will manifest certain qualities because you're carrying it. And they just can't help but to feed into the energy that you're feeding them, right? And we think, oh, they're the ones being mean, they're the ones being, aggressive or angry, they're triggering me. If you're being triggered, it's because there's a hurt there that you need to clear, right? And when you clear the hurt, you realize that there's no more trigger. And then it doesn't trigger you, and it's something that's bothering them or irritating them. Well, then it's very clearly something they're carrying. So there's a whole world and universe to explore here.
Absolutely.
To deepen that connection, to find the love that you're looking for, to find the partnership that really aligns. Sometimes, relationships are a stepping stone, but we invite you to dive into it, right? We invite you to look into this, uncover what it might be carrying so that you can get clear with how to move forward Is this a relationship that I can actually grow and deepen my connection with? Or is this something that just needs a healing conclusion so that I don't have to repeat this 10 more lifetimes from now on because I just said no again and repeated the same karma, and now it's going to come back and find me some other time down the
Exactly.
road, right?
Yeah, and see everything as a gift, no matter if you're in a relationship or looking for a relationship, see it as a gift.
It's always a gift.
To have that person, mirror you back what you have the opportunity of now clearing once and for all. So, you can move into a deeper vibration of love. You can move into a deeper connection and a more beautiful union.
Exactly. Anything that's present in your current world, that's manifesting in your current relationship, holds a key to something that you're holding. Let's uncover that and get to the root of that cause, clear it out, empower you, and activate you to the place that you ultimately want to be in all connection of partnership, relations, intimacy, love, and union.
Absolutely.
Right? So if you have the courage and you're ready to be honest with yourself, book a couples session, because there's nothing going to be more powerful than diving into this with consciousness and intention.
Yeah, and we'd love to support you in that process because we've done it ourselves, so we know how challenging it can be and how frustrating it can be. But we've also now seen the other side of what is possible and where each and every single one of you can go if you're just putting in the work.
Yeah.
And the reward that brings.
And the reward is beyond imagination. It's unbelievable. And we continue to strengthen, right? We continue to learn. We continue to work with each other. We work with each other on a daily basis because we know how to do it now, and we know that it's not personal, that it's soul issues. And when you clear soul issues, there never has to be an issue between each other.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, I'm feeling this around this particular area. Boom, let's go in, let's identify it, clear it, boom,
done.
gone. Wow, look at the strength that has now emerged from that clearing.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. We'd love to share that with you. So check us out, check into our couples sessions, and dive into this work. It's waiting for you, and it is profound.
It is. So we'll see you in the Akasha.
Yeah, we look forward to working with you. All right.
Namaste.
Much love. Aloha.